Hello everybody and welcome back to this week's video. I am just going to do my October wrap up a week early because I am in such a slump. I just don't want to read anything, so I can't see myself finishing a book within the next 5 days. So I'm just going to tell you what I'm in the middle of, and then obviously next month you'll see if it's in that month's wrap up. I always said haul then. I'm not buying any more books until New Year's. So I only read five full books this month, and one of them I don't even own anymore. I didn't enjoy it, so I just got rid of it. I read X's and O's by Amy Lee, and this is going to be so difficult because I don't remember the characters' names at all, actually. But yeah, I didn't gel with that book. It had some good references, like her favourite show I think is The Office, and that's my favourite show, but then she was saying that her like celebrity crush in it is Dwight, not Jim, and the guy like the whole time was just like, are you sure it's not Jim? And that was kind of my reaction. I was like, really? Oh. So that was nice, but yeah, the rest of the story I just wasn't interested in, so I think I gave it a 3, probably more like a 2.75 really, but obviously Goodreads you can only track full stars, so it's a 3 on Goodreads. And I have I'm going to DNF that series because it's interconnected standalones. It starts with Set on You, then X's and O's, and then The Catch. I read Set on You, it was a 3. I read obviously X's and O's, it was a 3. I don't want to have to get through another book to decide whether I like the series. I'm pretty sure it will all be about the same for me, so I have unhauled that and it's already gone. So, but I then read Primetime Romance by Kate Robb, which is in a video. This is in my reading new releases video. I quite enjoyed this. I think I gave it a 4 and I've recommended it to my mum. So I think that shows I quite enjoyed it. This one is about Bryn, who I think she's turning 30, and she basically makes a wish on her birthday cake from this mysterious delivery guy, that she just wants like her happy ending basically, but the wish is interpreted wrong and it ends up relating to her favourite TV show Carson's Cove, and her flatmate Josh have to go into Carson's Cove and give the series the ending it deserves, which is interpreted to be Bryn's happy ending. I really enjoyed this. I thought the characters had great chemistry. I thought it was quite funny, the difference between Bryn, who obviously knows the show inside out, and Josh, who knows nothing, so he was just like messing it up. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like, I think I gave it a 4 stars overall, but yeah, maybe a 4.5 is more accurate because I do really like this one and I thoroughly recommend it to anyone that's a fan of Teen Beach Movie, the Disney Channel movie. This had the same vibes and I love that film, so if you like it you'll probably like this. Then in the same video I read Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver, and if you saw that video you know that this was a 5-star, a 6-star if I could give it. I loved this book. I annotated the absolute daylight out of it and I stayed up till 4 AM to finish it. So I love this. This is about Weston Belmont, who is a single dad in a small town, and Skylar Stone, who is a pop star that has run away from her big city life to record an album on her own terms. She's got some bad management and she wants to just do something for herself by herself. And I loved it. Like, controversial opinion, I don't know what people's take on a single dad romance is, but I personally love them. So obviously I'm thoroughly enjoying this Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver, and Elsie Silver is my favourite romance author. I think I always say obviously Chestnut Springs is good, but if you haven't read Gold Rush Ranch, which is her first series, please do it. It is like my favourite series of all time other than Harry Potter, so highly recommend. Obviously I loved this so much. It just absolutely hit me in the feels and I was sobbing at 4 AM reading this, so highly recommend. If you are new to Elsie Silver, I would say Chestnut Springs is the best gateway into Elsie Silver, but if you just want like a fun one-time read, this is it. I also read in the same video Let's Split Up by Bill Wood, which is a bit of a twist for me because I don't tend to read anything that isn't romance. Like, being really blunt, I'm a romance girly. That is my favourite genre. I read 90% of what I read is romance, and if it's not romance it's probably literary fiction, so that's just me. But this is a YA mystery thriller based on Scooby-Doo, which I love Scooby-Doo, and I saw it had a nice sprayed edge in the works, so I obviously had to pick it up. And I actually really enjoyed this. I think I either gave it a 3 or 4, but I can't remember. I'm leaning more towards a 4 because I look back fondly on it. So, but this is following, in Scooby-Doo style, a ghost. And it's a bunch of teens investigating it. It's just fun. It's got some good Mr. X. Yeah, if you just want like a fun read, go for it. I liked this one quite a lot. For a non-mystery thriller reader, this was great. I have then started a video that was meant to come out today and then haven't finished it because I'm in a bit of a life slump. This sounds dramatic, but I think the whole Liam Payne incident last week really threw me through a loop. One Direction was my favourite band growing up. They are still one of my favourite bands. And although I didn't support Liam as a solo artist or as a person towards the end of his time, it's upset me. I think it's only fair. They were a big part of my childhood, and I'm just in a bit of a life slump in general, and that on top of it was just not great for me. So I managed to read Haunt Your Heart Out by Amber Roberts, which I don't really know what I think of this book. I enjoyed parts of it, but I thoroughly didn't enjoy other parts of it. I thought it was quite slow to start with, so I did give this a 3, and I think that is probably fair because like there wasn't a definitive I don't like this or I do like this, like more than the other, so I think a 3 is fair. This follows James, who is making a documentary about ghosts in what's her name? Lex's small town. She is a bookseller, and in her teens she had a YouTube channel documenting the ghosts that's in her town, but she obviously took that a bit far and fabricated some of the story, and this basically is just her like reliving her youth, I suppose, through this documentary that James is making. So I did enjoy this. I gave it a 3. I probably won't read it again, but if you are looking for a fun October read, or if in November you're still in a spooky mood, this was okay. It was a good one, I suppose. And finally, the book I am currently, I think, almost halfway through. What page am I on? I am 125 pages in to my Vampire +1. I read this author's first book last year, My Roommate is a Vampire, and I gave it a 4. It was fun. I think again I was maybe swept up in the oh it's October, let's read something about vampires kind of mindset, because this isn't hitting for me like I thought it would. I know I'm not finished with it yet, but I just have no interest in reading this at all. If you are interested in what it's about though, this follows Amelia, who is an anti-dating accountant, and Reginald, who is a vampire, as it says on the tin. Yeah, and they fake date is basically all I know so far. So it might be fun. Maybe you'll watch my spooky reading video and I will have a complete 180 on this. But as of right now, I am struggling. So I think this will end up being about a 3, but we'll see. We'll see. It's still early days-ish for the book. It's about, I think it's 360-ish pages, so we'll see what I think. But that is likely to be the only book I would finish by the end of this month, if I even finish it. So, but that is my wrap-up for the month. I am sorry that it is so rushed. I'm sorry that there aren't that many books in it. I know, you know, everyone reads at their own pace, but for me this is quite low. Like normally I read about at least 10 books a month, so that was kind of sad for me. But I hope you have enjoyed either way. Let me know what your favourite book you read in October is, and I have actually put my Instagram, my Goodreads and my new Etsy shop in the description if you are interested in finding me on any of those. My Instagram is Amy's Always Reading. I can't remember what my Goodreads is. It's something like Amy's Iced Tea or something really random like that. And my Etsy is Magical Shop of Amy if you are interested. I will be selling book related candles, but the only thing on there at the moment is K-pop related wall art, which I have made by hand, so I would really appreciate it if anyone wants to check that out. And if you are a fan of K-pop, let me know, we can be friends. I need more K-pop friends. You can see behind me I have a poster from Pentagon. So yes, I am I don't know what I'm even saying anymore. I'll see you next week. Bye!